There's just something about a couple, isn't there? You know? Man, you guys look good. You are the bride of Christ. You look fabulous. But you know, for the most of us, there's somebody that needs to be on the other side of that picture. Lauren, you are going to be so proud of me. Will you hold that little baby while Danielle and Kurt come up here? We are going to look at today Cinderella love. And we need to start out with just a definition of these names. These names are just incredible. Isaac. Isaac means laughter. Can you imagine you're 90 and 100 years old and you're having a child for the very first time? I mean, what must that have meant to this couple? They just loved this boy so much. They were devoted to this child. They doted on this child. It's such a beautiful name. Now, there came a time when Isaac needed to meet his Rebekah. All right? And I know this is sort of impromptu, and Kurt really hates this, but can you share with us what captivated you about the first time you saw your bride?
Her smile.
Her smile. Where did you? Yeah, there we go. There, I can see these guys are cheaters. All right, let me go like this. And what was it about? Where was this place?
It was at like this house that we were cleaning in the woods.
You know, the bad thing about doing these impromptu things, some things you really just don't want to know. All right, now let's talk about what Rebekah means. This is really, really fascinating. Rebekah means captivating. Captivating. Although when you really study the original Hebrew root of the word, it means a braided cord. A cord that is often associated as an animal lead. And so what Danielle did when she flashed that smile is she captivated this man. And she's got him forever after. Thank you very much. You may lead him back to his seat. Cinderella love. It's a beautiful thing, isn't it? This is probably one of the favorite love stories of all time, and definitely in all of the Bible. I am so proud of this congregation. You have handled some heavy-duty subjects the last 3 weeks. You know, abortion, human sexuality, homosexuality. And, you know, they're good. We don't talk about them enough. And I just want to thank the board for giving me the license and not giving me the boot. And I want to thank you for just being open and willing to explore and understand these important subjects. We're heading right into different parts and passages from Genesis 24, this beautiful love story. Now let me set the scene a little bit. Isaac's beloved mother, Sarah, has just died. Isaac is 40 years old. Now, again, get yourself in the mindset of this elderly couple, right? A friend of mine, his older brother was the first child of this 40-year-old couple, all right? And then he came along a couple of years later. For 20 years, they tried to have children, and they just weren't able to have children. And the Lord blessed them when they were in their 40s. So they were a much older than average couple. They loved their kids so much. I don't think we can really appreciate how much Sarah and Abraham loved Isaac. I mean, they waited for him almost a century. You know, Abraham did wait a century. And so this was devastating to this young man who was 40 years old and had just lost his mother. Right now, he's not married, and again, his dad is Abraham. You know, I mean, he He's going to inherit this huge fortune. He's lost his mother. He's got nobody. Let's pick the passage up right there as Abraham prepares his servant to go on a mission. A mission to find a wife for his son. Now Abraham was very old, and the Lord had blessed him in every way. And he said to the senior servant in the household, the one in charge of all that he had, "Put your hand under my thigh, and I want you to swear by the Lord, the God of heaven and the God of earth, that you will not get a wife for my son from the daughters of the Canaanites, among whom I'm living, but will go out to my country and my own relatives and get a wife for my son Isaac." The servant asked him, "What if the woman is unwilling to come back with me to this land? Shall I then take your son back to the country you came from?" "Make sure that you do not take my son back there," Abraham said. "The Lord, the God of heaven, who brought me out of my father's household and my native land, and who spoke to me and promised me on an oath, saying, 'To your offspring I will give this land,' he will send his angel before you so that you may get a wife for my son from there. If the woman is unwilling to come back with you, then you will be released from this oath of mine. Only do not take my son back there." All right, that's part one. Thank you, Lord, for this beautiful story, and just open the eyes of our mind and open the eyes of our heart as we jump in to explore what you'd have to teach us from this story. In your name we pray. Amen. All right, this servant is on a mission. His mission is to find a bride for the boss's son. Woo, what a mission, all right? Abraham is also on a mission. He wants to make sure that he gets the right woman for the job. He wants a godly daughter-in-law from the land of his relatives. Now, why does he want a godly daughter-in-law from the land of his relatives? What's that all about? Don't forget where he's living at this time. He's living in the land of Canaan. There are all sorts of gods being worshipped in the land of Canaan. False gods, idol gods. There's no one that looks at the Lord God Almighty like Abraham and his family and his servants in all of this land that's the promised land. But it's filled with poison. It's no good. He wants the servant to go back to the land of his relatives. Now remember, Terah was first called out to go to the promised land, but he stopped. And he stopped in the land of Ur. And remember Lot's father died, Haran died, and so he just kind of settled there, and he couldn't get over his grief. He even built a city, and he called it Haran. Well, that's where the relatives were. That's where the relatives were, and they didn't go any farther. But they did hear the voice of the Lord God Almighty. And so Abraham he's had a lot of time to think about this, and he says, that's it. My wife is gone. I am an old man. We got to get Isaac squared away. When you are spouse shopping, young ladies and young men, and you parents who have younger children, you better start getting this in your head right now. You need to look in the land of the Lord for your spouse. You have to look in the land of the Lord. I'm not talking about going to Haran either. But I'm sure not talking about going to a bar, going shopping, online, although I will address that in a second. You've got to look for a Christian. This is your land of opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. Accept nothing less. Because if you settle for anything less than a Christian, you are marrying a person with a faulty worldview. They don't know the living God. There will be other gods in their life. There will be other idols in their life. You do not want to get hooked up with someone who does not know the Lord Jesus Christ. This is the three-stranded cord that's going to keep your marriage together. And you can ask any married person here, there's going to come a day when that lovely person that you married, you don't like them very much. You might not even love him very much. Matter of fact, if you had a 38 special, you'd pump 5 shots right into their chest and not blink. You're so mad at them sometimes. People are laughing because they know they've got the revolver, right? Only the Lord is going to keep you glued together. Don't go shopping anyplace else. Now, this person, and again, as Abraham is given the parameters here, it says, what about if she won't come with me? He says, that's it? No, absolutely not. You must have a spouse who is willing to relocate. And I'm not talking about geography here, all right? I'm not talking about geography, right? Sandy came from Seattle, all right? So might be willing to relocate to Washington? Well, yeah, I suppose so, if she's going to be there. It's not what I'm talking about. You need to relocate your heart. Relocate your heart. This is not about just geography, all right? If you want to get to the promised land, then you're going to have to figure out how to go from being a single person to being a married person. You need a heart relocation. It's not just about where you're coming from, all right? It's not just about geography here. Can this person be so supportive of my child? Is this a spouse that's going to add value to and build my child into everything that the Lord Jesus Christ would have them be? Young ladies, young men, you want that kind of guy. You want that kind of girl. You want somebody who will relocate for you. And I'm not talking about going to Columbus, because then you couldn't come here and hear these great sermons, all right? So, relocation. A relocation of the heart is what we have in mind here. And you're going to need God's guidance. Abraham said, don't you worry. Don't you worry. There's an angel going ahead, and this angel is going to square away for you. You will know. Now, you and I, we like to know, don't we? I like to know. I like to know what's going on. Well, you're just going to have to take the journey. God is going to make it plain to you as you go. Notice that the servant had no idea what he was going to do once he got there. All right? He was just told to go. Young ladies, young men, you are on a journey. Keep up the good journey. Go under the guidance of the Lord Jesus Christ. We're going to study some more things here that'll give you a lot more guidance and a lot more wisdom. But as you travel, travel in the light of the Lord. Travel with much prayer. Travel with some Bible study. We'll give you some pointers this morning. Travel with your family. Notice Dad is in the picture fully here. Travel with friends that know you. And then, what's really cool is if you can meet some people on the other side to join up with your spouse, travel with them too. We'll talk about some of that in a minute. All right. The mating game of Eliezer. Now, I'm just going to read another large passage of Scripture here, and then we'll bounce back and forth on some of these points. So, 10 camels are loaded up with goods, and he's ready to go. And this is what he prays. Now, the servant is on his way. He's prepared, and he's ready to go. And this is what he says. Lord God of my master, Abraham, make me successful today, and show kindness to my master Abraham. See, I'm standing beside this spring, and the daughters of the townspeople are coming out to draw water. May it be when I say to a young woman, please let down your jar, that I might have a drink. Have her say, drink, and I'll water your camels too. Let her be the one you've chosen for your servant Isaac. By this I will know that you've shown kindness to my master. Before he'd finished praying, Rebekah came out with her jar on her shoulder. She was the daughter of Bethuel, son of Milcah, who was the wife of Abraham's brother, Nahor. This woman was beautiful, a virgin. No man had ever slept with her. And she went down to the spring and filled her jar and came up again. The servant hurried to meet her and said, please give me a little water from your jar. Drink, my lord, she said, and quickly lowered the jar to her hands and gave him a drink. After she'd given him a drink, she said, I'll draw water for your camels too, until they've had enough to drink. So she quickly emptied her jar into the trough, ran back to the well to draw more water, and drew enough for all the camels without saying a word. The man watched her closely to learn whether or not the Lord had made his journey successful. When the camels had finished drinking, the man took a gold nose ring weighing Rebekah and 2 gold bracelets weighing 10 shekels. And he said, "Whose daughter are you? Please tell me, is there room in your father's house for us to spend the night?" She answered him, "I'm the daughter of Bethuel, the son that Rebekah had born to Nahor." And she added, "We have plenty of straw and fodder, as well as room for you to spend the night." The man bowed down and worshipped the Lord, saying, "Praise be to the Lord, the God of my master Abraham, who's not abandoned his kindness and faithfulness to my master. As for me, the Lord has led me on a journey to the house of my master's relatives." Now let's take this apart and let's see how the mating game of the servant played out here. What are the common factors that this man used to help determine the perfect match for this couple? Well, first thing he did is he prayed for the MapQuest of God's guidance. Now, the distance between where Abraham was staying and Haran was about 150 miles. That's a fair-sized piece of geography. Now, again, Haran is a fair-sized community. It's not like just Abraham's relatives live there. This is a big place, all right? So let's pick some place, I don't know. Let's go to Cincinnati, all right? The relatives are down there. The people that you need to meet are down in Cincinnati. Anybody been to Cincinnati? Yeah, all right. At least half of you have, all right? That place is huge. I remember coming through there when I went to seminary in Kentucky. We would shoot Ohio, right? So I do Cincinnati, Columbus, Cleveland, hang a right, go over to New York. Cincinnati was a fair-sized place. I missed a turn one time, and I was wandering around all over the place. There's a lot of people in that town. There's a lot of people in Nahor. How is he going to do this? Well, he's going to do it with prayer. He is praying. Don't forget, he's on camel, right? He's got these 10 other camels. So it's probably going to take him 10 days, 2 weeks to get down to the part of town that he needs to be to. This isn't the first time this guy's been praying. He's been praying about this all the way. And he's praying for God's guidance. He is patient for God's guidance. He's willing to wait. He gets in there and he's praying this prayer at this spring. And he says, I don't know, Lord, but this is the day. I want you to make me successful. But you know what? If it didn't happen that day, I'll bet you he probably would have stayed right there praying. He was patiently waiting. And before he finished praying, this beautiful young woman comes out. Us, when you pray for God's guidance, be patient. Take your time. Again, I was not a child of the Lord in those days, and I was just trying to do it Mike's way. My wife had died. It'd been about a year, and I thought, it's time to figure this out. And I didn't know God in those days, and I just went through this list in my mind of these eligible women. And I called them up. First, I sat there in a sweat for an hour, but I finally picked up the phone and I called up the first one. She said no. I called up the second one. She said no too. I called up the third one and the fourth one. They all said no. I went in the bathroom and I looked at myself. Am I that ugly? No, I was a heathen, and I was doing it Mike's way, and I wasn't being patient. I said, well, that's it. I'm never monkeying with these women again. All they do is a bunch of heartbreakers, you women, Forget it, I'm out of there, all right? You can see that prayer didn't work out. We'll get to that part of the story later, all right? You got to be patient. Do not settle for second best. You are a daughter of the king. You are a son of the king. You deserve a prince. You deserve a princess. Don't rush it, all right? They are out there. Be patient. Be patient. Eleazar wanted to know that he'd done the job right. He wanted proof of God's guidance. And remember what he said? He said, you know what, Lord, this is, right in there with the Gideon fleece. He says, this is how I want you to tell, because we can't talk, like you and Abraham talk. We just don't seem to have that sort of relationship. But I do know that you work providentially in circumstances. So here's what I'm asking you to do. I'm thirsty. These camels are thirsty. We've just come 150 miles. Here we are at the spring, and I'm asking you, let be that first girl that, will give me a drink. Matter of fact, let that girl give my camels a drink too. Now those camels that he packed up, they could probably go up to 2 weeks without a drink of water. But you know what happens at the end of 2 weeks? Man, do they like a drink of water. They want like 20 gallons worth of water per camel. So we're talking 200 gallons of water here. Now, as we consider Rebekah, let's assume that she had like a 2 gallon pot. All right, 2 gallon jar. This is about 2 gallons, right? So she's coming down through there. She's got 2 gallons. And she's walked from her house to the watering hole, to the spring, and she's going to fill this up and just go back. It's a short trip. She's got stuff to do. She needs to get back to the house, right? She's going to stop and water 20 camels. This is a 2 gallon pot. That's got to be proof that this is the Lord's pick. Because it isn't going to be the average girl that's going to say, oh yeah, I'm going to put my schedule on the back burner while I water you and your 20 camels. That's quite a little project for this woman. He wanted proof. And what did he get? He got proof. Awesome. And then what did he do? After he spoke with this young woman, when everything was all said and done, in front of this woman, after he had laid out all his little conditions, what did he do right in front of this woman that he never met before? He's known her about 15 minutes. Listen to what he did. He bowed down and he worshiped the Lord, saying, praise be to the Lord, the God of my master Abraham, who's not abandoned his kindness and faithfulness to my master. As for me, the Lord has led me on the journey to the house of my master's relatives. Gentlemen, have you bowed down and given thanks to the woman that the Lord your God gave you? Remember, I did. When I finally knew the Lord and I finally met Sandy, I am so thankful for her. I am a man blessed with a spouse that just loves God. And she loves me. And she loves God more than she loves me. And that's fabulous, because you know what? I cannot meet all of her needs any more than she can meet all of my needs. You gotta have a Christian relationship. You have to put 2 and 2 together under the shadow of the Lord God Almighty, because if you don't, it's just going to be trouble for later. Let's talk about this woman a little bit, this maid of Isaac's. She was winsomely beautiful. It says, as she came up to the spring, again, Eleazar is there, and he says, this woman, she comes out, and she just there's a presence about her. She was beautiful, a virgin, no man had ever slept with her, and she went down to the spring, filled her jar, and came up again with this jar. And so he's looking, and there's a winsomeness that he can see about her, just the way that she carries herself. Now, what would that look like? Let's think about this for a second, all right? Here's this old man, withered up old-looking guy probably, all right? I don't think he was probably that much younger than Abraham. Maybe he was, but I don't think so. I think he too was an old man. He's an old man. He's got 10 camels. He obviously doesn't have a watering pot. And this girl might have been born at night, but it wasn't last night. So she looks over at him. She doesn't want anything to do with this guy, does she? Not this woman. I am sure that when she was on the way by, I'll bet you she smiled and she said hi to that guy. She probably looked him right in the eye and smiled and said hi. The text doesn't say if there were other people there, but this was the time of night when people came out to fill their water pots. There were other people around, I'm sure. And I'll bet you he watched this woman, and he probably had an opportunity to see her at her act. The text doesn't say that, but just the very way that she carried herself. Now it said that she had not known a man before. She wasn't flirtatious. She wasn't aggressive. She wasn't beat up. There was just a wholesome, winsome freshness about this young woman, and he was immediately attracted to that. She was a worker extraordinaire. 16 through 20, it talks about this whole watering process. All right? Now, a gallon of water weighs 8 pounds. That's 16 pounds for a kettle. That's 8 trips per camel. All right? So you're talking about 100 pounds. There was 10 camels. 100 pounds times 10 is a half a ton. Rebekah went to work on the task at hand. First of all, she was very respectful to this old man. Notice what she said. She said, after he asked her, might I have a drink of water? Rebekah said to him, drink, my lord. And she quickly lowered the jar to her hands and gave him a drink. She quickly did this. She was respectful of this elderly man who'd obviously traveled a long way and was thirsty. You know, that's a wonderful quality in a spouse. Those of you that are married, how many of you are glad that when those times come that you just treat each other with respect? That's a great thing, right? So Eliezer, he's doing a little checklist. He says, woo, respectful. This is awesome. I'll take it. Notice that she was quick to do this. All right, 16 pounds, and she had things to do back at the house, right? Oh, you need a drink? Here, let me help you. And she quickly lowered that down. She was quick on the draw to be a servant. She sacrificed this water. She gave him, she sacrificed this water, she sacrificed this time. So she's helping out this guy that she doesn't even know. Notice what she does next. Now she waters the camels. Now this only holds 2 gallons a shot. Don't forget, you need 10 gallons per camel. All right? So you're going to have to make 50 trips from the spring to the watering trough. 50 trips with this kettle of water from the spring to the watering trough. It says that she did that quickly. And so she was a sacrificial servant. She had concern for the bigger picture. She gave some water not only to this thirsty man, she gave some water to this thirsty livestock. She wasn't looking at herself or her time schedule. She didn't even just look at this guy. She looked, what's the job that needs to be done here? Well, I don't see this guy has a pot, and he's an older man, and he's tired. I'm going to water his camels. And so she was looking at that bigger picture. As Eliezer started talking with her, he realized that she was from good lineage. She had a godly heritage. This was the very family of relatives that he was hoping to get in touch with. And here she was. Ladies and gentlemen, you are hoping to get in touch with a Christian. Those of you that are parents, you want to make sure and encourage that. Just share that with your children. You need to be looking for a spouse in the confines of the Christian circles. And Eliezer's prayer had been answered. Notice how hospitable she is. She says, he asks if there wouldn't be any room at your house, would you? Now in those days, there were some inns around, but it was oftentimes hard to get a place to sleep. And here's this guy with 10 camels. You know, are you kidding me? She invites him and the 10 camels over. You know, how about, when I so feel for the would-be's, we got to get you guys, but when there was Eat Jansen's, we didn't go out to people's houses very much. You guys know why, right? It's not that people are trying to be rude, it's just where are you going to put all these people, That was no problem for this woman. She just said, come on over. And come on over, and we got lots of room, which shared the notion with me that not only was she wealthy personally, her family was wealthy financially, but she was wealthy in spirit, very willing to share what she had. Good stuff. She was a willingly submissive servant. Now, what does it mean to be submissive? All right, I've got this wife. Yeah, here's my dirty socks. Pick those babies up, will you? And here's my empty belly. Fill it up, will you? Oh boy, she's shaking her head and lightning bolts are starting to come out. Ladies and gentlemen, the 21st century culture has no idea what was meant when the Hebrew culture talks about being submissive. Let me pull this passage out from Ephesians. Now it starts out Ephesians chapter 5, verse 21. Submit to one another out of reverence for Christ. Now submit to one another, right? So to each other. So this isn't just a lady thing, by the way. Wives, submit yourselves to your own husbands as you do to the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ is the head of the church, his body, of which he is the Savior. Now as the church submits to Christ, so also wives should submit to their husbands in everything. Now we're talking about submission here 4 times inside of about 3 lines. So this must be kind of an important word. But let's get it right. Let's look at it in the context in which it was written. Submission is kind of a 3-part deal in the Hebrew text. All right? It means voluntary yielding. Voluntary yielding. Right? So this is just a blessing and a gift that is given one spouse to another spouse, to the Lord Jesus Christ, voluntarily. Notice in Luke chapter 2, when Jesus ran away. Remember, his mom went ballistic. What? What are you doing? He said, I had to be about my Father's business. Now remember, in the Hebrew culture, at 12, you were a young adult. It was time for you to be about your business. But what did Jesus do? And it says, if you go back and check that passage, he willingly submitted to his parents. All right? It was volitional. It was a choice. He chose to submit. Now, another part of the definition of submission, that Hebrew term, is to obey. To obey, as in to get under and lift up. Now, we're going to put this all together in one beautiful passage. Genesis chapter 2, verse 18. The King James Version, not the new one, the old one. And the Lord God said, it's not good that the man should be alone. I will make a help meet for him. All right, yeah, this is NIV. King James says, I will make a help meet. Well, man, King James, you spelled it wrong. It should have been a helpmate, shouldn't it? No, it should have been a help meet, as in meet the needs of Adam. Remember, there was no suitable helper for Adam. He had to name all the animals. He had God himself for company, and he still wasn't making it. He was dying inside. He needed a help meet. And so Eve was created, and here's this beautiful wife that the Lord God created, and she was voluntarily yielding herself. It was her choice, and she was going to obey her husband, and she was going to lift him up. Now, women submit in the eyes of the Lord. They submit in the eyes of the Lord to their husbands. Which means, guys, they have that permission and that opportunity to choose whether they should obey you or not. And if you're out of will and you're out of line, then too bad for you. I hope they don't obey you. All right? When I'm out of line, my wife doesn't She'll look me right in the face and she'll say, you know what? You're not right on this one. And you need to think about this. And here I am, the high and mighty leader of the house, pastor of this great church. And my wife is looking me right in the eye and she says, you're messing up. And you know what? She's right. And I back off. All right? This person, guys, is given to lift you up in your journey through life. And that doesn't mean picking up your dirty socks and feeding you a sandwich when she's right in the middle of her busy projects. All right? There's a fridge. There's a silverware drawer. That long skinny thing is called a knife. Put some mayonnaise on the bread. Get the cold cuts out and make your sandwich. The chips, they shake right out of there. You can do this. It's not hard. All right? Done it once or twice myself. And so the women are, again, they are given to us to lift us up. And notice what happens to Isaac. Eleazar goes back. She voluntarily, again, Rebekah voluntarily submits to go meet this man. And she comes 150 miles from her house. Why does she do this? Because she knows it's the will of God. She's a praying woman. And so she comes and she says, okay. And Eleazar and Rebekah, I'm sure they talked a lot on that 10-day, 14-day trip back to the Promised Land. And Eleazar filled in what had happened. He's lost his wife. He's going to have this big estate to run. There's a lot of things that are going to happen for this man. And she's listening and she's soaking this all up. And as they get there, what happens? Isaac's walking around in a circle. There's no mention in the passage that Dad ever told Isaac that he sent Eleazar out on this mission. Isaac's still lost. Said he was walking around. He was probably praying. He was probably thinking, boy, I'm so lonely. I don't know what I'm going to do. Dad's old too. How's this going to work out? And he looks, and his jaw drops. He was captivated, wasn't he? And his jaw drops. And Rebekah looks at him. And she's captivated too. She gets off her camel. Who is that? That's my master's son, Isaac. And she covers herself with a veil. And they meet for the very first time. And what happens next? They get married, and he takes her into his tent, and they are man and wife. It's a beautiful love story. It's one of the most beautiful stories of all time. Each and every one of us should remember that we can have a love like that. Each and every one of you that doesn't have a spouse at this time, that's the kind of love that you want. Cinderella Feller, Love Story Part 1 is beautiful. Next week we're going to take a look at Part 2. This one gets a little tougher. And these are the Part 2 of the pitfalls that we want to avoid, but we'll address those next week. Lord, thank you so much for this beautiful story, this great example of how we should go about the business of spouse shopping. Lord, I don't want the job of arranging my children's marriage sight unseen, but you have called me to be a part of this and help me to do a good job. Lord, for my friends, my young friends here that aren't married and that would really, really like to, I just ask that you bless them with patience, with wisdom, with just the perfect spouse that you have picked out for them. And when that happens, it'll be captivating. There'll be laughter. And there'll be a marriage and a match sent from heaven to be an example here on earth. Thank you for my married friends that are just working hard to keep their marriage together and looking like a reflection of you. And for the marriages to come, Lord, may you be reflected and shine and show forth in the glory of it all.